Hello together, 1000 years as one day. Many of you will have an idea that this is out of the Bible, and that's true. I'll come to that in a minute. First of all, let me tell you how it comes to that video. I'm puzzled by some expressions in the Bible, as for example, the Millennium. When does it take place? How does it fit in the big picture? Did it start already? Where are we at right now in that moment? The millennium is mentioned in Revelation 20, verses 2 and 3. Let me read it to you. And he seized the dragon, that ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and threw him into the pit, and shut it, and sealed it over him, so that he might not deceive the nations any longer, until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be released for a little while. Secondly, in Hebrew we can read, so then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. Well, what does that mean? Is that the 1,000 years? Probably. And finally, we have our verse in Psalm 90, for 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. Well, let me tell you ahead of what comes next. This is not a special teaching out of the Bible. This is just a summary that helps me to put things together, to try to understand them. As we all know, nobody will know when the Lord comes back, not know the hour, not the day. We can't know that. So it is just a try to explain of how things could fit in a big picture. But let me know your comments, what you think about that, and I'm willing to learn. Years ago, I put together this Excel sheet because I wondered how old is the Earth actually. And especially in the first 5 books of Moses, we find these numbers. Many of them, especially those names of Adam and Seth and Enosh and so on, are found in chapter 5 and 11. Here's an example. When Adam had lived 130 years, he fathered a son in his own likeness, after his image, and named him Seth. The day of Adam after he fathered Seth were 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. You can figure out in these columns where I put the numbers, and these verses continue with Seth. When you continue to read in Genesis, then you have the number. The important one is, how old is he when he got his first son, and how old then is the earth together. So if you put the born in the year, when was he born, sorry, in the year 130, because Adam was 130 years old when he got Seth, and then you have to put the total age of Seth on top of that. Then you end up 130 plus 912 in 1042. So we are in the year 1042 when Seth died. And so on. You can check that out for yourself in Genesis and in the other books of Moses. And finally, we have David here. I do not claim to have here a complete overview of this sheet. As you can see, I ended here with David because I trust in our scientists, especially the history people among them, that we can rely on them, that David was about 1000 before Christ. So I would count backward to David. You will hopefully be enlightened with the next numbers, what I mean with that. So we have 7 days. Could be that we have that 7 days. The first day would then be from Adam to Noah. That would be the flood and would be about 1,000 years, first day. Our counting, what I mean with counting backwards, would be 4,000 through 3,000 before Christ. Second day, Noah to Abraham, another 1,000 years. Why Abraham? This is the start of the people of Israel. It didn't work out with the people going their own ways, so God tried to find a new way. We're down to 2000 before Christ. Third day, Abraham to David. That was the heyday of the people of Israel, probably the best time they ever had. And as we just heard and know, this is 1,000 before Christ, or here 3,000 years of the Bible, or this earth that it existed. Fourth day, David to Jesus. With Jesus starts the new covenant. The old covenant didn't work out because we would go astray our own ways. We thought we know it better than God. We're down to 0 with our counting, or 4,000 years starting from Adam. Fifth day, Jesus to the walk of Canossa. Well, this is probably the weak point in my video here, or in my explanation. At least when it was the Emperor Henry, I think the IV, had to go to the Pope in Italy, to Canossa, and submit himself under his power. Until then, it was a constant struggle who has the upper hand, and finally the Pope succeeded, and Henry had to come humbly before him and accept him as the overall ruler, even over worldly things. So we're down to year 1000 AD, or 5000 starting from the beginning of the creation. Sixth day, Canossa to Jesus, second coming of the Lord. I guess it is coming soon. I don't know if it is 1 year or 100 years or 300. I hope it is soon. And then we would be down to 6,000 years from the very start of that creation, or 2,000 years BC, or we are now in 2022, nearly 23. By the way, what you can't see here, the Jewish calendar counts about 5,700 years. That would approximately correspond with those 6,000 years in my schedule. And then the final day would be the Millennium, 1,000 years. And after that, the second, from the second coming to the final victory over Satan, that would be altogether 7,000 years. As I said, it is an try to explain things. I'm willing to learn, so leave me your comments down there. Okay, God bless you.